Viewers, Global Window Hanaji, International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women and launching of the 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence. Date 25th November Basurgune, 10th of December. On the theme Unite to End Digital Violence Against All Women and Girls. Organized by Nagaland State Commission for Women, NSCW, in collaboration with District Administration, Dimapur and District Hub for Empowerment of Women, Mission Shakti Dimapur. Aji date 25th, 11 am the Surukurlese at Town Hall Dimapur. Aro aji laga launching of the Unite campaign to Dr. Tinu Chungshichan, NCS Deputy Commissioner Dimapur. Aro aji laga team address ase Advocate Vrinda Grover, taido Advocate Supreme Court laga ase. Ahibi tu laga pore ami kan details pra sai sabo.
Shall we look to God in prayer? Gracious God, as we gather today to address the critical issue of gender-based violence, we seek your presence and guidance in our program.
Aji yedi ki manchun ahigina ase sob mixture ase yede maiki ekla nohoy mota ekla nohoy maiki bi ase mota bi ase yede aro bishi importantly do students khan bi ase bishi kushi pai ase. And what is this gender-based violence? Achi laga mahala program 16 days of activism against gender-based violence ki ase itu moi background olop di dibo. The 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is an annual international civil society-led campaign. It commences on 25th of November, that is today, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. And it ends on 10th December. That falls on Human Rights Day, highlighting the violence against women, which is the most pervasive breach of human rights worldwide. The campaign, it was launched by the activities at the inaugural Women's Global Leadership Institute in 1991 and has since mobilized individuals and organizations, including the United Nations and partners worldwide, to advocate for the prevention and eliminations of violence against women and girls. And in support of the civil society initiative under the leadership of the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, the United Nations Secretary General Unite by 2030 to End Violence Against Women initiatives calls for global action to increase awareness, galvanize advocacy efforts, and share knowledge and innovations to end violence against women and girls once and for all. Violence against women and girls affects 1 in 3 women, and it is a global human rights emergency that must stop. As the world marks the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declarations and Platform for Action, one of the most progressive international agreements on women's rights to date, the United Nations Secretary General Unite 2025 campaign focuses on one of the fastest growing forms of abuse, that is digital violence against women and the girls. And this year's campaign reminds that digital safety is central to gender equality. Online and digital space should empower women and girls, yet every day, for millions of women and girls, the digital world has become a minefield of harassment, abuse, and control over women and the girls. And I also want to give a little brief on what is this digital abuse. Digital tools are increasingly being used to stop, harass, and abuse women and young girls, which includes image-based abuse, non-consensual sharing of intimate pictures, images, often called as revenge porn or leaked nudes, and cyberbullying, trolling, and online threats, online harassment, and online sexual harassment. And most importantly, these days we have these AI-generated deepfakes, such as sexually explicit image, deepfake pornography, and digitally manipulated images, videos, or audio are being circulated. Hate speech and disinformation on social platforms, social media platforms, etc. These acts don't just happen online, but they often lead to offline violence in real life, such as coercion, physical abuse, and even femicide, killing of women and the young girls. The harm can be long-lasting and affect survivors over a prolonged period of time.
Today is not just a date of the calendar. It is a reminder of global crisis, a call to concise, and a commitment to action. Violence against women is not only a violation of human rights, but also a deep wound in the soul of a society. It happens in home, workplaces, in public spaces, and increasingly these days online. For many women, the fear of violence shapes their daily choices, from where they work, to how they dress, to what they say. This reality should disturb us, because every woman deserves to live with dignity, freedom, and respect. Today we remember the countless women who have suffered in silence, those who are survivors, and those who tragically lost their lives. We honor their courage, and we acknowledge that breaking the silence is the first step towards changes. This year, as we enter 2025, let us look at the world with renewed determinations. Laws have improved, awareness has grown, and many communities are standing up, but the work is far from over. Statistics continue to show that 1 in 3 women worldwide experiences physical or sexual violence in her lifetime. Behind every number is a mother, a sister, a daughter, a friend, someone with a dream, hope, and a right to safety. Ending violence against women is not the responsibilities of women alone. It is everyone's responsibilities: men, women, youth, institutions, governments, and communities. We must all together bring a change to these harmful attitudes. This awareness can be vested in outdoors. Everyone will come to know and will have a great impact on our society.
I hope this poster will reach every corner of Dimapur and will be blessed for every of our Naga community, as well as will be safe for our sister, brother, and may this poster reach every corner of the Dimapur, and so that our children, our daughter, our family will be safe. Thank you.
So there was a lot of learning as a society we did from that, right? it was not just about getting angry and punishing some men who did get the punishment. It was about what did we learn as a society और हमने क्या बदला, अपनी सोच में क्या बदला, अपने अंदर क्या बदला. At that time, the government had set up what is called the Justice Verma Committee. Why am I pointing your attention to this? We have spoken about violence against women since morning. There was a sentence that the Deputy Commissioner said to us. He spoke about inequality. ये violence कहाँ से आता है? Violence is almost always inflicted by the powerful on a person or a creature, including animals, on someone who has less power than the person inflicting the violence. So the root of violence is not that there is a man with a bad temper, there is a husband who gets angry. That is what you see, वो दिखता है, वो उसका end result होता है. This is the root cause of violence, inequality and discrimination. हमको जड़ से क्या निकालना है अपने बीच में से, समाज में से? Inequality और discrimination. वो निकलेगा तो वायलेंस अपने आप कम होता जाएगा. तो जो फोकस है वो दोनों तरफ साइमल्टेनियसली रहना पड़ेगा in all programs, policies, initiatives, actions that we undertake. After the 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape, the law was changed. There were many amendments made to the law. Today I'm only going to talk to you, and I'm only referring here in this slide to those aspects of the law where you can already see the beginning of tracing digital gender-based violence. The law talked about sexual harassment. The law talked about voyeurism, trafficking and stalking. All these have a digital component. ये इंटरनेट पे भी हो सकता है. Physical presence इसमें से किसी भी की ज़रूरत नहीं है. This crime can be perpetrated both on the internet as well as in person. And we see the early beginnings of recognition of this in the 2013 amendment. This is the definition that the United Nations has given. And it says, technology can aggravate, वो उसको बढ़ा सकता है, भेज सकता है, digital tools से और उससे. When we talk about violence against women, sexual violence against women, even sexual harassment or any other form, we must remember something that was again said by the earlier dignitaries. One, it is not only that woman who is going to suffer, it's a public health issue. And we as a society are losing out. And that is how the Deputy Chairperson concluded his remarks. As a society, we will be less productive. As a society, we will be less homogeneous, less united, and less positive and future-looking if women are going to be trapped in this form of violence. These are all the main forms of technology-facilitated gender-based violence. I will speak about some of them because I think NCII, the non-consensual image, intimate image transmission, ये बहुत भयंकर problem बन चुका है. At least I have had to deal with many such cases, and I'm sure the young people here know what I'm talking about. Deep fake. Technology, we cannot keep pace with what technology. Technology will outpace law any day. आज AI, आप मेरी शक्ल यहाँ पर जो मैं बोल रही हूँ, they can actually reproduce me and put anything else in my voice, saying all manner of completely horrible things. And that can go on the internet, and I can't do very much about that, is what I will think, but we can, and the law is there, and that's what I'm going to tell you about. So we do have today technology which can, in the wrong hands, do certain things. And this is what mock photos, cyber harassment, online grooming. Minor children, not just girls, minor children are particularly at risk, and therefore in those spaces it becomes even more important. Zoom bombing. I've been in webinars where you're talking about something and suddenly there'll be Zoom bombing and some nude pictures somebody will be throwing in just to disrupt and not allow women to have a conversation on whatever issue we are discussing. The other huge problem worldwide, including in India, is pornography. Earlier, in the 70s, if you wanted to see porn films, you need to have some secret device, some secret room to go and quietly sit. Now we have a phone. Everything is there, everything. There are linkages between, and what is banned, prohibited under Indian law is totally child pornography. It is not only बच्चों का sexual exploitation होता उसको बनाने में, और फिर अगर यहाँ तक है, and this everybody needs to know, there was a judgment of the Supreme Court earlier this year. One old man on his computer, they found a porn clip, child pornography clip. That old man was in his 70s. He said, मैंने तो ये खोला भी नहीं है, and digitally you can make out, has somebody pressed the link, क्या उसने देखा है, नहीं, उसने नहीं देखा था. पर कोर्ट ने कहा, अगर आपके डिवाइस के ऊपर चाइल्ड पोर्नोग्राफी का मटेरियल भी होगा, तो अंडर पॉक्सो, द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस एक्ट, दैट इज एन ऑफेंस. किसी के भी पास चाइल्ड पोर्नोग्राफी मिलना, एंड इट्स नॉट जस्ट मेन, पॉक्सो इज अ जेंडर न्यूट्रल लॉ, सो बोथ मेन एंड वुमेन, किसी के भी पास चाइल्ड पोर्नोग्राफी का मटेरियल मिलना is a crime in India. Pornography is, as an industry, is a multi-billion-dollar industry and something that we have to be extremely concerned about, and its links are increasingly being made with violence both against children as well as sexual violence against women. What are the main mapping of laws that we have in India? We have for children, the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. We have the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal 2013. We have the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which, as I said, from sexual harassment to gang rape, the entire spectrum of sexual offences is there. And you have the Information Technology Act. The Information Technology Act today works in conjunction. ये जो laws है, ये offense बनाते हैं, और Information Technology Act उसको digital space में regulate कैसे करना है, उसको पूरा detail करता है. Non-consensual intimate image today in India is amongst the highest cyber crime the police is running into. And therefore, there are multiple pathways to the law and to reporting. It's not one. Please see the 4 options I have given you. You don't have to go to the police station. मुझे समझ में आता है कि थाने में जाने से सब घबराते हैं, औरतें खासकर घबराती हैं और डरती हैं, वो ठीक है, समझ में आता है. But you have a one-stop center. You have an intermediary you can complain to. Intermediaries are Google, Twitter, all of them. You can do online reporting. You don't have to go anywhere. Online reporting is today a legal, valid way of reporting a sexual offense in India. You can go to the National Crime Reporting Portal, or you can go to the police. You have all these options available. The law today says, अभी मद्रास हाई कोर्ट ने एक जजमेंट पास किया जहां उन्होंने कहा 48 hours ke andar all the NCII pertaining to a particular woman, she went first to the police station. The police said, we don't know what to do, go away. Unfortunately, that is the experience of women with the police. She went to the High Court. High Court passed an order saying, within 48 hours, all NCII, non-consensual intimate images, to be removed. And this applies to everybody, Facebook or Meta, which owns Instagram and Facebook, because most young people are now on Instagram. I'm told by my daughter, aunties like me are on Facebook, young people are on Instagram. All right, I'm on both. So, all the intermediaries have to comply with these orders, whether it is Google, whether it is Twitter, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Instagram. So use the law. Don't be afraid about these things. And if the law people who are in charge are not cooperating or listening to you, go to the Nagaland State Women's Commission. They are a dynamic team. They know how to get work done. Here, within 24 hours, if that content is flagged, it has to be removed. That's the law of this country. Now, this is just information which I'm sure you have, but because I was going to make the presentation here, I thought I'll just put down, if some of it is inaccurate, please correct it. This was made by us in Delhi from what was available on the internet. These are all your one-stop centers. I did see the one-stop center in Kohima because I walked past it and I took a picture. So we have to make these work. These are in every district of Nagaland. How do you file a complaint? As I said, aapko thane jaane ka zarurat nahi hai. You don't have to go to the police station. You can file a complaint online with the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. I will just show you a few slides that it is not that difficult. You have a National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. In there you will see women, children related crime and other cybercrime. There's also all that financial fraud, digital arrest, but we are not doing that today. Then you go to, filing a complaint on National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. It says here, there is a log button here which says file a complaint. You go next, you put your complaint in, and then you say, I accept. Just like you will make a booking for a movie, a travel booking. It's been simplified and enabled so that sitting in a safe space of your home, you can file these complaints. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to worry, how will I file this? A checklist is given. What information you must put in your complaint so that the different agencies can act on it. And here you have to do a login. This again is your National Cybercrime Reporting Portal where you put your information. And this is the category of complaint, etc. Is there all the questions are asked. It makes it very easy for a user, so that you don't have to think, I don't know how to write a complaint, I've never written a complaint, I've not studied law. You don't have to worry about all that.
Together, let us transform today's message into action. Together, let us unite to end digital violence so every woman and girl can thrive both online and offline. And it is our rights that, like the physical world, we also need safe space, digital safe space for dignity and a respectable environment for every woman and the girl. We really want to thank you for your presence. You have contributed immensely by your physical presence itself. This is a reflection of your sincerity in bringing about a solution so that we have a safer environment for the women and the girl. Over the years, the Nagaland State Women Commissions, we have been working very diligently to see to it that our women are safeguarded, their rights are protected, and they are empowered legally so that they know how to navigate their way effectively to seek for justice. And that is why we have made it a point to invite all stakeholders, whoever are here today, you are very important stakeholders to us. And if you are willing to partner with us, to converge with us, to collaborate with us, it will prove very pivotal in our role as contributors in bringing a safer world for women and the girl, and especially in our Naga society. When I talk about the Naga society, we all know we have been controlled by certain customary laws and practices where we are supposed to see to it that certain decorums and norms are expected before we speak out. But it is about time that we also need the cooperations of our men to be behind us, to lead us, to guide us, to protect us, and to give us a voice so that our voice are heard and we are equal partners in whatever we do. Unless the man supports us, we cannot do all this alone. When we are fighting an issue like women's and the girls' issue, it is everybody's responsibility. Let this issue not be confined to the actions of women's, or let this not be a women's voice alone. We seek your help, your guidance, your cooperations, and your support. And most of all, we want you to hold hand with us as we walk towards a journey where every woman's lives, every girl's lives are counted and are safe.
So viewers, sapne kan dikhi paise itia International Day for Elimination of the Violence Against Women laga pore. Yete more than 500 manu nishna ahine shamil kurise to do CSO, NGO, stakeholders, municipal councillors kan aro maiki khan bishi ahine attend kurise. Yete laga launching of the Unite campaign to ami khan laga Deputy Commissioner Dr. Tinu Chukshi Chang bradishe. Taibar bi janaishi ki violence against women is not only a violation of human rights but also a deep wound in the soul of our society. Koigini bi taibar janaishe. Aro workplace ekla nohine public places khande nohili bi gorde ami khan maiki khan inegala sexual abuse bishi palaga cases bhari gine jaise. Enega nishna Dimapur nohili bi ami khan India holi bi Nagaland ase goli bi itulaga opore cases khan bhari gine jaise holi bi ami khan dikhi pa ase ki NGOs khan nohili bi state laga Women High Commission khan bari itulaga opore kam kura ami khan bi dikhi pa ase. Aro jodo ami khan concerned public khan concerned church leaders khan nohili bi NGOs khan laga responsibilities ase inega victims khan ge ami khan nachari gine holi bi ami khan tahan ge support kurine itulaga opore voice out kurine ami khan we have to fight for it koigini bi janai dishe. Ajikali laga cases to sexual violence no holi online de no holi bullying kura laga opore bishi cases bari gini jaise. Ami khan bishi hoshiar ba thakibo lage. Ami khan laga close ones khan ge ase goli bi ami khan laga nude pictures khan no holi bi intimate kura laga pictures khan videos khan do na pothabo lage. Inia hoi gine manu khan use kurine viral kurine abi ami khan bishi dikhi pa ase holi bi inega cases khan uthi gine thagishi goli bi ami khan boi na khai gine sorom bi na khai ne confused bi na khai ne ami khan police station de jai gine bi FIR dodge kuru pare no holi bi government of India han bra sub state te bi rakhi ne ase ami khan laga state te ase goli do Nagaland State Commission for Women tadi jai ne ami khan tahan ge complaint bi file kuru pare koi gine bi janai dishe. Inega nishna 73% of the working journalists khan laga experience bi paise ki tahan ge online violence khan dia bi ami khan dikhi paise. Inega nishna portals khan bi thagibo tade ami khan kiba grievances no holi bi kiba problem thagishe koli bi ami khan itula opor report kuru lage aro bishi cases bhari gine jado ami khan photos khan no holi bi pornography laga business khan bi bishi bhari gine jaise. It be young age khan brai suru grine inega etu laga business to bloom korese holibi etu to ami khan stop koribo lage aro ami khan to kinega stop koribo lage kole ami khan civil societies church NGOs khan holibi concerned citizen khan bi etu khan do ami khan ekjon ke support korine awareness program khan bi digine etu khan do stop koribo lage koini bi janai di ase etu ikla no hoine aji launching of the 16 days of the activism against gender based violence to aji 25th November basuru gine 10th of December tok ase program khatam ho pichde bahar de jaine chief guest khan noilibi ite laga special guest khan aro tadu laga president Mr. Tito Yapthomi tahan sob aigine posters khan dubi auto de paste kurine tula awareness program dubi chuli ase koini bi janai di ase to itia kane man ase for more news and update keep watching Global Window. This is your reporter Yaungamla with my camera person Anongai Jamir reporting from Town Hall Dimapur.
Boss, क्या बात है? Boss.